All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, so today we are going to get rate cuts. So, most likely it's going to be 25 basis points, and it's already baked into the market. We did get a pump in the market Monday, or like a little bit towards the end of yesterday. And then this morning we kind of sold off. And this is the typical price action we see when we are about to get a rate cut. For some reason, we pump up until the rate cut. Let's see. Hopefully, this is not freezing. It is freezing. Let me check my mic really quick just to see if it's working. Give me a second. If it's working, give me a second. All right, it does look like my mic is working, but it looks like the video was just freezing a little bit. Okay, yeah, so we are going to get a rate cut today, 25 basis points. Hopefully, I mean, if we get higher, that'd be nice, but it looks like 25 basis points is baked in. That's what the market is anticipating. And yeah, it always plays out where we get a dump when we get the rate cut, and then maybe like a couple weeks after we start to rebound, or maybe a few days after we start to rebound. So maybe this time is different, who knows, but that's typically how it works. We get like a run up, the market makers, whales, institutional people run up the market prior to the rate cut, and then once the rate cut is announced, we get this dump. Now, what it's also important to pay attention to is actually what is the most important thing to pay attention to is what Jerome Powell is going to say at his speech after he announces the rate cut. People want to see if he's forward looking when it comes to future rate cuts and things like that. And when is he going to start quantitative easing? I'm pretty sure people are going to ask about that. And yeah, those are kind of the two things people are going to be paying attention to, and what you should be paying attention to. So yeah, very interesting today. Should be overall bullish for the market, but typically price action on the days of the rate cut is a little bit downwards, negative, but ultimately it's bullish for the market going into the future, and usually not that far out, like a week or two, or maybe even a few days, we see the market pump back up. So I got a little summary here for the market today, what we can pay attention to. But let's look at some prices really quick. We'll take a look at crypto. Obviously the market is not open just yet, but we could take a look at crypto. So Bitcoin's at 92,000. It looks like altcoins are selling off a bit. Ethereum's actually doing pretty well. It's at 3,300. I think it's going to reclaim 4,000 here pretty soon, maybe towards the end of the month. That's just my prediction, not financial advice. But yeah, everything looks like it's holding on pretty decently. There's a slight sell-off because, again, that's just what happens when we get these rate cuts. And it's just the nature of how whales move and institutional people move. Let's see what else. I know we said Monday that we were going to get the jobs, the JOLTS report. I wonder what that was about, or what was the results of that. What was the results of the JOLTS report Monday? Let's just take a look at that, because I did mention that Monday that it was something else. It was like a small business report, and then there was the JOLTS report that I was talking about Monday. So I want to see the results of that. Key takeaways from the latest JOLTS. So it looks like it was for October, but it came out because, remember, we did have the government shut down, so we weren't getting any economic data during that time period. So we came out with it Monday. So job openings rose modestly to 7 million in October from 7.66 in September. So it went up slightly. The number of hires fell, with hiring in October about 5.4 5.149 million, a drop from roughly 218,000. Okay, so it looks like it dropped. So maybe it was closer to 5 million last in September, but then on October it was 5.149. Okay, so it looks like that dropped. Layoffs ticked up. Layoffs discharges rose to levels not seen since early 2023. Okay, so it looks like the job report didn't come out as good. And remember, this is positive for rate cuts. Obviously, it's not a positive thing that people are not getting hired. But when that happens, we're more likely to get a rate cut because that's kind of the mandate of the Fed is to stabilize job growth and make sure people are hiring essentially. And the way they do that is by lowering interest rates, allowing companies to borrow at a lower interest rate so they can invest back into their business. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see how I can look at pre-market for equities because remember the market opens up at 9:30, but it looks like yesterday everything was down. And again, I'm not sure if yeah, so everything like the New York Stock Exchange, the Dow Jones it ended up down. Apple ended up down yesterday. Nike, Verizon, and this is you had some stuff like Intel was up slightly yesterday. Tesla was up slightly. Coinbase was up. Lemonade, the insurance company, was up yesterday slightly, but most of the market sold off. The Nasdaq was up, but again, the New York Stock Exchange, the Dow Jones was down. So it just goes with the narrative that we usually sell off prior to a federal rate cut. But I think we once we hear what Jerome Powell has to say, then that's going to determine the direction of the market. If we go down further or do we reverse? So people are going to be paying a real close attention to that meeting today and what he says. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. All right, so let's see. What else? Should I just get right into the chess? Yeah, actually, just wanted to state one more thing. So I actually changed my stance on credit cards. I actually, I was a person that said, okay, everybody should be using credit cards because you get points, right? The purpose of using the credit card is to get the points because you're going to spend that money regardless, right? And might as well buy your gas, buy your groceries, buy everything with the credit card and get the points. But what I've been seeing from most people, and I kind of do it myself too, is that you really don't keep a budget when you use a credit card. Like you just kind of swipe each day and you're really not seeing what you're spending. It's really hard to see what you're spending if you're not going back into your app, your bank app, and looking at your transactions and things like that. So I actually think if you're a person that struggles with using your credit card and not keeping because they'll usually give you more of a limit, like higher limit than what maybe you have in the bank, right? You may have a credit card limit of 10 to 15,000, but a lot of people don't have $1,000 saved. So sometimes you just keep swiping, right? And not sometimes, 95% of people just keep swiping. And not saying that everybody does not have the money, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't have the money. You keep swiping. So as of today, I do think if you can't really handle a credit card, I would say, you could use the debit card, but obviously put a little amount of money in there. Most of the money should be sitting in your savings, so that way if there's any fraudulent activity, your whole checking account's not going to be compromised. Because I've seen a lot of people where they use their debit card, it gets compromised, and they have a significant amount of money in their checking account, and it's different than a credit card. A credit card, you have a fraudulent transaction, you just call up the company, the credit card company, and they just dispute it on your behalf. Whereas if you have a dispute with your debit card, you have to go into the branch. I think you have to go into the branch. Banks make you go into the branch. You have to fill out this paperwork. I'm not sure if that could be done through online, but still, it's still a long process. So if you're going to be using your debit card, make sure to just put enough in your checking account where maybe a couple $100 where it can cover just little expenses, and then most of the money is sitting in your savings account where it's not going to be compromised. So yeah, I was just thinking about that because I do go to the grocery store and I see people using debit cards, and I'm like, why are they not using a credit card? And some people just they can't handle using a credit card. They go over the limit, and that makes sense to me, right? If you can't handle it, if you're not responsible, go ahead and use a debit card. You can use cash too, but that kind of just that I really don't like when people use cash because it does hold up the line at grocery stores or wherever you're at. But if you have cash, obviously you got to use it. So yeah, that's my new stance on credit card. I just wanted to point that out because I was thinking about that, and I'm actually, um, I'm using my credit card for most of the stuff so I can get the points. But in times where I really want to stick to a certain budget, maybe I'll just go, use a debit card. And I'm really not using the physical card. I'm using Apple Pay, so it just less chance of people stealing your information, right? Because I think if you use the card at a kiosk, and it's a fake or something like the kiosk has been tampered with, I think if you use a card, it's easier for them to get it opposed to using Apple Pay. I don't know because Apple Pay is digital, but nonetheless, I've changed my stance on that. I think if you're having trouble keeping a budget, go ahead and use a debit card, cash. But ultimately, I think you should get to a point where you are using credit cards to get the points, and you should be able to develop that discipline. Okay, yeah, so that's my take on that. Let's play a few games of Blitz, and we'll be done for the day. And I'm close to 1,400, 1,372, so very exciting. No, buddy. You're not going to get that. He could have took that. That was a free pawn. Oof, this might be checkmate, I think. Hopefully I don't blunder this. Should be okay, actually. All right. Can they do anything is the question. I don't know if he can. And I think that is checkmate. I don't think he could do anything. I think he'll be resigning here soon. Yep. All right, good first game. Let's try to get 3 wins and call it a day. I'll compromise it. Usually don't like taking there, but anytime I could double up a pawn structure, sometimes I take it, but not all the time. Stop that. Let's see, what can I do? All right, let's do this. Move up. There we go. Free piece. All right, now we can start doing our thing here. All right. I want to play. You know what? I'm gonna do this. That was a really good move right there. And that's a good thing to note. When you're up, take your time to look. Because right now I'm up a piece, so I don't need to rush anything. So what I can do right now is, and you know what? Maybe that wasn't, should be fine actually. Yeah, I gotta move quick now. Let's let's keep it pushing here. Um, all right, let's move. We gotta move fast here. Darn it. Darn it. Oh. Darn it. Ah. I can't believe I lost this game. Just wasting too much dang time. Oh, I won! Oh my goodness, I won. I can't believe I won that. 0.1 seconds. Holy crap, that was crazy. I thought I was going to lose that game. I know she's pissed. All right, cool. I won that. Yeah, that was the benefit of having that horse, because I was just able to move, and I wasn't pre-moving, but I was able to just go to the next square and go to the next square and run down that time. Good game. Appreciate it, Yannick. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was a good game. It's a really good game. Hopefully this is not freezing. All right, I'm going to do one more game. One more game. Hopefully this is not freezing. All right, I think we're back. I think we're good. All right, one more game, and we will be done for the day. That was a really good game. That was like clutch right there. All right, so let's see if we could get our third win back to back. Here we go. This person's rushing. Okay. No. I'm going to do this. Yeah, so they are... so let's see. Okay, I don't want... You know what? Let's do this. Am I going crazy? I feel like he's trying to set something up here. This is gonna get messy. Wow, I wasted like 30 seconds. I wasted a lot of time there. So I think I could take this and be okay. All right, protect that. I think I'm good now. I should be able to be good. All right, let's move this up. Oof. Oh, got his queen. Yes, 3 for 3. 3 for 3. This is great. I'll move this over. All right, so he's gonna try to run down the time. We just need to hurry up here because we can lose on time, which I don't want to lose on time. Let's go to this. I'm just gonna come back. Right now I'm playing too safe. Oh my goodness, my time is like. I just gotta rush. Let's see what he does. Let's go. You know what? I'm just gonna. I think I could win. Oh crap! Darn it! That was my fault. I don't know. I don't know how I lost this. This is crazy. This is so sad. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Crazy how I lost this game. Darn it, lost on time. Crap. See if he wants to rematch. I don't think he wants to rematch. All right, that's fine. 2 out of 3 is not bad. I can't believe I lost that game. That's crazy. I was just playing it too safe. So I go back. Let's see here. I got the queen too. This should just been an easy win. Like I don't even know what I did there. I was just playing too cautious. And then I was running down the time. I was running around the queen. Like here, I was good. and then I sacrificed this, which I shouldn't have. I should have just did this. Boom. He would have had to take, and then boom. And then he had to go here. Boom. And then he has to go here. And then that's pretty much checkmate right there. Because he has to go there. And then boom. And then checkmate. Oh, my goodness. I should have just took a couple seconds to think about that. But I didn't. I now want to play one more because that made me mad. All right, let's play one more. It's my last one. And I'll keep taking. And I think we're good here. Bless me. Darn it. I'm starting to make more mistakes. Unfortunately, starting to make more mistakes. He's gonna, oh my goodness. All right, it's my last game. Hella L's right now. Darn it. All right, that's a loss. All right, let me see. Let's see who wants to rematch. All right, this is my last one for sure. Do this. Go. That's fine. I'll let him take that. It's a free piece, no? Let's see. What can I do here? I think I could still pressure. Oof. And now I got to get free. Well, it's not going to be a free piece. I don't think. All right, cool. That works. All right, let's move here. Gotta move. I still think I'm good. I still think I'm good there. All right, let's keep doing this. Let's keep bringing it up. Um, oh no, it should be fine. I thought it was a. I thought it was a checkmate there. Um. Darn it. Okay, cool. I think I should be good there. Um. Oof. Any loss? Yes. He didn't see that. All right, cool. So I got my win back. I lost like 2, but I won 3, or maybe it was 3 for 3. I'm not sure. It was 2 out of 1. I lost 2. It was 2 out of 1. Lost 2, then lost 2 again. So maybe it's 3 for 3. I'm not sure, but I'm 1380. All right, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.